organization has its own crown jewels, the assets, we have to protect. And on the other hand, we would like to defend. And for that, we want to prioritize the tools and resources. Also, we want to identify the tools needed. And from threat modeling perspective, protection is not just about, network endpoint. And we would like to move to the next level, understanding what the adversary is after and how they would come for it, right? And that's where actually thinking like an adversary kind of concept comes in. And to build the organization's threat model, this will be important. So we would like to know more about the adversary. And we will dig deeper into this mindset so as we talk more about CTI. So, we know this space is massive. And without frameworks, it's hard to put, again, our ducks in a row. They help us line up the things. And you might have heard of some frameworks like Stride, you need to first manage your asset, identify your asset, or there are vulnerability focused frameworks, while we're speaking about threat model. And which makes sense because in this case, threats are targeting the crown jewels, and which in technical terms are the servers, tools that contain sensitive data, or which are responsible, to protect those assets. Like it can be edge devices, security appliances. And we won't deep dive into these, just warming up for our actual topic. But here is kind of a heads up. So what I want to highlight here, so there are such frameworks, which is good, but it's good to keep in mind that they tend to age, right? And we would like frameworks to evolve with the times. And also, to be honest, that's easier said than done with the pace of change in this space. So for example, in what countries you're operating, which industries are you attached to? Is there any money transaction going on? Or what is the political side of things? Can you possibly be a target for the activist groups, threat groups? So these are kind of the questions when we think about threat model and adversaries, the kind of important. And of course, what would motivate your adversaries, under the umbrella of this question, maybe? So the answer may not be only the an unpatched edge device, a VPN device with some remote code execution vulnerability. So there could be really more to that when we think from this perspective. So I think that wouldn't be wrong to say a threat model is, of course, organization specific and really are the kind of bedrock of solid CTI. And without them, CTI is like trying to solve a puzzle without knowing what the picture is. And here CTI feeds into threat models, which makes them sharper and more relevant. And CTI is kind of continuous. So it's not a one-off exercise, of course. And in return, threat models tell CTI what to focus on. At the end of the day, we would like to get actionable intel with kind of context that is sufficient, via CTI. And it's kind of a two-way street. That's where actually the magic happens.